culture, because I didn't grow up in pop culture. So I really wanted to live my youth, I think. And CNN, I think those were my celebrities, the people that were the presenters were my kind of celebrities, and the stories they would tell were my interest. So coming from a science background and with that upbringing, I was more interested in what the picture was saying, but still put the clothes beautifully together to tell the story. So I think I fall in that sector, I think. Yeah.
And in your opinion, what kind of makes a good fashion image? What are you looking for? It's a bit of a big question, sorry.
I don't think I don't know if I have the right to say what makes a good fashion picture, but for me, I think the lighting, what's happening in the photo, the composition, and the styling, and what it's saying to me. I always look at images as an ad, and an ad is supposed to make you stop and look at it twice. If not, then it hasn't really done its job. So when I look at a fashion picture, if I'm captivated by it more than once, and I go back, and that's how I consume photos. If I go back and I'm like, oh, that's a good one. So that's what makes a great fashion photo for me, I think.
I think that's quite back to you kind of in Sierra Leone looking at print
Yes.
in the first place, so that makes total natural sense.
Yes, definitely.
So you have an amazing track record.
Thank you.
Talking about narrative as well, I feel like the way you describe it's very similar to Barry, who you work with from the Buffalo Collective. Tell me a little bit about, I don't know if you were working with him for that long.
I worked for Barry for like a year and a half, and he was first of all the most beautiful man I mean, the first day I met him, I was like, whoa, you're so beautiful. And so I sent an email to Barry to work with him, but he was like, I'm not shooting much. And then I sent him another email, because sometimes when I want something, I can very like full on when I really want something. So a week later, he emailed me to come in, and I went in, and it was a rainy day, and we spoke for like 2 hours, and we didn't talk about fashion, we talked about politics. And so we kind of connected on that completely, and I think Barry for me was one of the kindest, talented, selfless. He was more like a father to me, because he made sure, he really, he really invested time in me. And it's not every day you meet people that really take time to invest. And he kind of created this environment where nothing was impossible, or there was no wrong or right. The way he would put things together, the way he would push me to put things together, he would teach me like what this scene is, or why this trousers was made in the 50s, or why you wear this trousers with this shoes. He was very detailed. And I think he was an amazing painter, and so again he was a storyteller, because he was an amazing painter. He told stories through painting, and if you look at the way he styled, everything was a clash of cultures, and I remember when I started styling, I took that energy, and everything around me were like, oh, Barry would have done that, Barry would have done that, Barry, you know. And I still take that energy that he installed in me to this day, of compassion and, you know, and falling in love with what you do. He really loved what he did, and to do it for so long and still love it, it's not easy, I think. And yeah, it was just the best.
Sounds glorious.
Yeah.
Sounds so magical. But there's definitely a connection between the way you both work, and obviously you said you kind of sponged up as much as you could from him. But I think you both have a wonderful kind of reference point in that.
Thank you.
Barry was known for kind of referencing paintings or or pieces of artwork rather than kind of referencing other photographers, which you do get often these days.
Yeah.
I like to think of your work as quite similar. Would that be correct?
Yes, definitely. I reference a lot of movies in my work, but I think I'm the worst person to watch a film with because every scene is a moment for me. So I usually watch things alone. So I really take in a lot of the characters in films, and then I reflect on my story next season or the day after. I might be sketching or thinking of ideas for it, and when I met Barry, he just threw so much culture at me, and so much 80s and 90s, and because I was in Bond then, so I had to really learn quickly about Buffalo. I didn't know anything about Buffalo when I met Barry, and then he kind of gave me a book, and I remember one of the books he gave me was on fear, and why we're afraid of things and why we do things because we're afraid of them. And I still keep that book with me, and I don't know if I'm going off track here, but
No, keep going.
but you know, he really, what's the word, gave me a lot of great material to work with, because it was quite wild when I went to St. Martin's. But and that's what CSM does. It takes a little kid from Africa that is still shy, still afraid of his sexuality, still hiding to be him, and then you end up at St. Martin's and you
Adjusting from behind.
wear it too.
Yeah.
It's only fair, so.